Our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag. All right, man, let's talk about Conor Benn. Apparently, Conor Benn has been exonerated, cleared by the WBC, okay? I seen one instance, one story said that the investigation concluded that he ingested eggs, and that's why his drug test was positive. All right. But let's talk about it. Check out the Box News playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. It says Conor being cleared by the WBC. No conclusive evidence found of doping. They said the World Boxing Council has issued their ruling on undefeated welterweight contender Conor Benn. Last October, Benn was scheduled to face Chris Eubank during the catchweight grudge match. Their pay-per-view fight was canceled during the fight week when it was revealed that Benn had tested positive for a banned substance. It was later revealed by Benn himself that he tested positive for the same bad substance in the earlier drug test. Both drug tests were administered by WBC testing agency VADA. So as a result, the WBC would drop Benn from its official rankings and suspend his ability to fight for world titles. After investigating the matter for the last few months, the sanctioning body has found no conclusive evidence that Benn knowingly ingested a banned substance in question. Benn still has to deal with the British Boxing Board of Control, BBFC, and the domestic testing agency, UCAT. BBFC's head Robert Smith claims Benn, who currently does not hold a valid license to boxing UK, has not been cooperative with their organization. The British board is demanding to have the UCAT review the evidence that Benn's legal team presented to the WBC. WBC issued their full ruling on Wednesday morning. Benn's completed his enrollment process in the WBC clean boxing program in February of 2022. His enrollment in the WBC clean boxing program is mandatory for all fighters rated in the top 15 of WBC rates. Accordingly, he was enrolled in the WBC's clean boxing program out of competition anti-doping testing in July 2022. When the collection of sample to which the WBC ruling announced that herein pertains to took place, WBC ruling states on August 23rd, 2022, VADA, Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, notified Mr. Benn at the World Boxing Council WBC that the urine A sample collected from him on July 25th, 2022, in connection with his participation in WBC VADA anti-doping testing program yielded adverse analytical finding for a clofazine and hydroxymetabolites. I don't know what the fuck that is. M1 and M2. The clonophin and metabolites are banned substances at all times under the WBC clean boxing program. The clomethazine is a metabolic modulator which promotes testosterone production and boosts testosterone levels while burning fat. On August 30th, 2022, the WBC notified Mr. Benn that the adverse findings and request information material necessarily to investigate the circumstances thereof. WBC did not receive a substantive response until December 2022. Mr. Benn denied all times that intentionally or knowingly ingested any banned substance. His defense against the adverse findings center of alleged allegations of potential laboratory analyst failures and irregularities in connection with the analysis of the sample and results of the sample testing. WBC consulted several experts and anti-doping laboratory analysts, including expert consultant with over 30 years experience in WADA and IOC accredited laboratory settings. The WBC concluded that there was absolutely no fault attributable to the laboratory that analyzed Mr. Benn's samples. Further, the WBC reaffirms that the unquestionable integrity of the VADA sample collection agency and laboratories which service VADA used in connection with the WBC's clean boxing program. You know what? I'm not about to read all this bullshit. I'm sorry. All right. So it sounds like to me that he tried to claim that the laboratory tested, laboratory mishandled it. Then now I just read something about some eggs. I mean, it sounds like he dirty, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Uh, you know, but 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 I mean, to me, what he was accused of taking, um, it sounds, something that's gonna help your testosterone and help you burn fat. It kind of, in my opinion, um, it sounded like he exactly knew what he was doing, just from the substance, and then they claim mishandled and all this type of stuff, and and now you got people saying that now you got people saying that he was it was the drugs, whatever. You just never know. But now they talking about it was eggs. I don't know what's going on, but um you know I don't know what's going on, but so Eddie Hearn is stating that they will now look to resume Conor Benn's career with the fight in April, May, or June following the WBC ruling today. Hearn said that he liked being the fight in the UK under the BBSC, but separate BBSC and UK investigation is still going on, so they gotta wait for all of that. So they said a statement from the BBC, so we already read most of that. So he still gotta wait to see if the British is going to still grant him test, grant him a license to fight. If not, he gonna have to go over to America, go outside of there to do something. But they built him up to be a name in the UK. So that's the crazy thing about it. But right here, it says that the WBC have now ruled that investigation to Conor Benn positive test, that there is no conclusive evidence he intentionally and knowingly ingested clomiphene. WBC says Benn's highly elevated consumption of eggs as a reasonable explanation for positive tests. So I don't know if the science, backs that, so, but it sounds like they got paid off. That's what it sounded like to me, in my opinion. I'm saying it's true, just, allegedly. But it sounded like they got paid off. The sanction belt bodies take for payment, forms of payments to let shit fly and all that type of stuff. Well, why have something of integrity like random drug testing if you're not going to abide by it? You're going to let everybody slide. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy, that's crazy to me. I don't get it. Why test at all if we gonna just get guys slap on the wrist and you know what I'm saying? But the BBSC and the UK, they probably gonna get him. But he still can resume his career outside of that. So I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. But to me, what it sound like he got popped for, it sounded like he, and then his story from what I read, to me, it sound like that. It sound like first it was, they contaminated the test. Then they didn't contaminate the test. Then it was, I ingested something and all that type of stuff. And dude, to me, in my opinion, he sounded like he dirty. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like he dirty. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true, just saying, you know, now had it, had his first excuse added up to, whether they mishandled it, cool. But what he got popped for, it seemed like they exactly knew what was going on, bro. And if they gonna get slaps on the wrist and they not gonna get banned for a long time, or they just be able to go to another, part of the world and fight, what's the point of even testing? Guys still gonna fight them because they need money and all that stuff. And Manny Pacquiao already came out where his promoter Sean Gimmy said they ain't trying to fight Conor Benn into his drug testing thing. It's done, and he is able to be clean. So it sounds like Pacquiao is literally willing to fight this dude. I know Kell Brook name was in the running and all that type of stuff. So this is boxing. There's no, federal governing body in America. There's no universal governing body. You can just go to a different part of the world and continue to fight and make money. This is why they got unions, and this is why they got commissioners, and this is why the sanctionable bodies all sanctioned outside of this is why all the sanctionable bodies sanctioned outside of America, other than the IBF, so they won't have to be held accountable for their backdoor and shady acts. And that's the honest truth. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.